But how do you keep yourself calm and what's going through your mind when you're in the batter's box? How about that?
When you're in the batter's box, in order to calm yourself down there, first off, take a deep breath. Whether you're toeing the slab as a pitcher, whether you're in the batter's box as a hitter, take a deep breath and calm yourself down. All right, that's first off. Second off is focus. A lot of people take in everything going on around them, and all I'm doing is I'm trying to find that baseball release point, and I'm trying to concentrate on the ball coming out of his hand ASAP. And I found that got me kind of locked in and got me kind of situated up at home plate. When and we all have plenty of failure as hitters, but when I was having problems was when I wasn't focused, when I wasn't concentrating. I was letting kind of little things, dictate the at bats. And it's like, no, let me focus. Once I focused, everything was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's simplifying it. At the end of the day, you have to simplify your approach, you have to simplify your mindset. And if you have anything else going on besides trying to be relaxed in the moment,
Yeah.
usually leads to disaster, unless like having a game plan, right? You got to have a game plan when you're going up there of what you're looking for, what you're trying to do. But that is, it's people look at it like, what's the secrets? Well, the secrets is figuring out what works for you at the dish and then being able to, in the big moments, not get too big.
Right.
In that NLCS in game one, which you had a day in Chicago, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was the infamous, or they talked about you were going deep off Greg Maddux. There was an article that was out there. Is that
Yeah.
true? You reading the lips, you're
Yeah.
watching the game. And
No, I mean, I had, it was kind of common sense,
yeah.
but then it was straight paying attention to the game. Observation was my first at bat. Maddox threw me a sinker away, and I went to left field and I hit a double RBI. Next at bat, he went away every pitch, and I hit a 3-2 changeup. I kind of hooked him out of right center. In the meantime, we had two left-handers, Brett Butler and Pat Sheridan, in
Mhm.
our lineup, and he is pounding them in. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Now he's pitched me away the whole time, and he hasn't thrown me a ball in. He's going to have to throw me something in. And I'm sitting there watching him, and Don Zimmer, who is his manager, goes out to the mound, and Maddox, needless to say, is taller than Zimmer, and he's looking right at Zimmer, and he goes fastball in. I was like, whoa, and so I'm standing next to Kevin Mitchell, and I looked at him. I go, did you see what he just said? And he goes, no, what did he say? I said, he said fastball in. He said, what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna back off the plate and look fastball in, and sure enough, first pitch, fastball in, grand slam. It was one of those things where you go, thank God I didn't miss it. But I got the pitch that I was looking for just because using common sense and observing what's going on in the game. It's like, wait a second, I'm looking out there and oh shoot, he said it. He said he's coming in. And I didn't tell anybody. Kevin Mitchell wound up telling some of our teammates, who in turn told several members of the media. And then the next year we go to spring training, everybody's putting their glove over their face like that. So I was like, man, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have told anybody anything.
And so you're the one that the trend started of putting the glove over the face because
Yep. Yep. It
you
started right
picked
there.
up. Hey, but you know what? I love that. This is being observant. And in a day and age where people can look at how do you help yourself, watch the game, watch the pitcher. And who knows, he might give you a verbal answer of what's happening, or we talk about they might hold their glove a certain way on tipping pitches.